All right. So the first job I did that took more than one day to finish was this Disney movie called The Game Plan. It was cool because it had The Rock and Rosalind Sanchez and Brian White, and it was my first time to really work with stars of that level for a long period of time. And it was good and bad. It was good because I got to speak to them between takes and get to get a really good feel of them and get a lot of advice. And so that was good for my own confidence. The bad part was that my head got kind of big because, I felt like they weren't doing anything that I couldn't do. Um, I did theater when I was younger, took a long break, and then just came back, and I'd never really done screen before like that. But, I was feeling myself at that time, right? So I didn't want to do extra work anymore. I told all the casting people, look, if you call me, I only want to do speaking roles. I don't want to do any extra stuff, none of that stuff, not for me, right? And so, a few days went by, it's all good. A few weeks went by, no calls. I'm like, okay. A few months went by, I'm like, oh, all right, this might be harder than I thought. And so I looked at myself and I was like, yo, let me just humble myself because that's why I live my life. I work for everything I got. I work my ass off for it. And, I start from the bottom up and that's how I'm going to live my life. That's how I'm going to manage my career. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit and try to just, go from 0 to 1,000. That's not going to be sustaining. That's not going to work. So let me humble myself and get to the grind. And whatever job someone calls me, take it. Get on set and then work from there. So the next job that came after that change in attitude was this movie called The Surrogates. It starred Bruce Willis and Ving Rhames. And I got called in to audition for a role that I was not going to get. All right, the character was supposed to look like Kobe Bryant, and at that time, I was 250. I had long dreads. I did not look like Kobe Bryant. All right, but I wanted the casting people just to meet me because hey, maybe they'll like me. We'll hit it off. Who knows, right? Whatever. So I didn't get the part. But they called me back and say, hey, look, we really like your personality. How about you come in and be an extra? And I was like, word. I'm going to be on set. I'll be an extra. I don't care. I'll do my thing. And so I go to extras wardrobe. And I'm changing and people are kind of staring at me a little bit. I'm like, yo, hi, I'm trying to get in shape. I'm working out. I'm doing my thing. All right, what's going on? But the thing was, I was the same size as Ving Rhames was at that time. And they needed, and he had dreads for the movie. And so they needed a stunt stand in, a photo double, a stand, and all of that stuff, the works. And I fit what they needed. And so they called me to do that job. And not only was it great because it was going to be a long-term job, I get to work with Ving freaking Rhames. All right. Bruce Willis too, of course, but Ving Rhames was my dude. You know what I mean? And so I go to the first day of rehearsal, and lo and behold, a term I've never really said before, the stunt coordinator was the coordinator for all Law and Orders. And I love Law and Order. All right? And so we hit it off. Great man, great man. He's done a lot for me. And actually worked on Law and Order a bunch of times after that because of that man. But anyway, on the first day of shooting, it was weird because I met Ving Rhames, and he wasn't on screen yet. I was out there standing in for him in the blazing heat, and I see him coming, and everyone's making a big deal. Whoa, it's Ving Rhames, and here comes the cheers and all that stuff. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm a big hype. You know what I'm saying? I'm Simba, man. I'm cool. I'm always cool. I ain't never asking for no autographs or getting all crazy, nothing like that. He's a celebrity, yeah, but he's a man too, right? So I said, when I see him, I'm going to say, what's up, Ving? I'm going to shake his hand and give him some dap or something. We cool. And he's holding, he's drinking his water and smoking a cigar. And he comes up to me, and I'm like, hey, Ving, what's up, man? He goes, I want you to hold the water and the cigar. Thank you. And then he walks away. And I'm like, yo, did I just get punked by Ving Rhames? You know what I'm saying? And so everyone's looking at me. I'm embarrassed as hell. And I'm like, yo, I just got punked by Ving freaking Rhames. And that's not cool. And so, but then after the set, he did his job and he came up to me. He was like, yo, you actually held that shit, didn't you? So he was just messing with my mind. And from there on, I knew he was a practical joker like I am. And so we just kicked it. And it helped me so much because like 85% of the jobs that I did after that was because of some connection I made on that film. And I never would have gotten that if I didn't humble myself and take advantage of the opportunity that was given to me. So that's the lesson. You humble yourself, and if you have to crawl and start from the bottom to get to the top, that's what you're going to have to do. That's a true story.